All right, ready?
I don't think it's an English word. Yeah, I'm always ready, buddy.
She's on.
A plush woven fabric.
Yeah. Hey,
Hi guys, how's it going?
Good. Hey, right on. How you feeling?
I gotta switch.
I'm feeling a lot better, thank you. How are you guys doing?
Good. Did it hit you pretty hard, or?
Like it was kind of like a really bad cold, but like I got chills one night, which was weird. But like the weirdest part was that I was negative when I felt the worst. And then when I started getting better, I was like, oh my God, I feel so much better. And then I tested and it was like 2 lines. And I was like, shit. Hi, everyone. I'm Velours, and this is episode 116 of the Sixth Down podcast.
Hey, have you heard about Muse Canada? It's an inclusive nationwide collective for all arts, culture, and entertainment communities to provide communication, opportunity, and resources through networking and essential activism.
Yeah, they're all about connecting folks in the arts, cultures, and entertainment industries. Most importantly, they cross-connect across those industries, right? So musicians to filmmakers, photographers to artists to crafts to peoples to you name it, that's what they're trying to do. They welcome individuals, businesses, non-for-profits, associations, bands, and basically everything, you guys. So if you haven't heard of who they are, just give them a quick look-see at moosecanada.ca.
Moosecanada.ca.
Muse.
Because moose, it's us.
Did I say moose?
You did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It should be moose.
Like, subscribe, and comment below.
Thank you, and welcome to the show. How in the heck are you?
I am so good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. I'm kind of like, I'm freaking tired from the weekend still.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Yeah. Look at you. Mark putting on his acting chops here. Last week, a friend of ours from Winnipeg was around. So Thursday night, Evan Chandler, shout out to Northern Royals. Got to hang out with him a couple nights there. He was in Saskatoon for work. So it was like, let's go check out the music scene. Right. So we kind of hit up the Capitol Thursday and Friday in Saskatoon there, and it was just a couple of late nights, let's say that.
And Joel's getting old. So.
Yeah, I'm not 25 anymore, so I'm kind of like,
I'm with you. It hits 10 p.m. and I'm like, oh my God, I need to go to bed. I gotta go to sleep. I feel
but you're closer to 25 than we are, I think.
Yeah, I'm 22, but I feel like an 80-year-old man trapped inside the body of a 22-year-old girl. And I just don't understand technology, and I do, but it's hard for me to grasp new things. I kind of get frustrated at things I don't understand, which is, I think, a very typical thing to do. And I also just get so tired after doing one thing. I'm like, God, I need to go home.
Right. Right. Can I ask where are you? Are you in Saskatoon, or?
I am, yeah.
Are you born and raised there?
Born and raised, pretty much. There were 3 years when I was a kid that I lived in Edmonton, and then when I graduated high school, I moved to Vancouver for 2 years, and I did some acting out there, which was really fun. Professional acting, which was cool for film and TV. And then that's when I started doing music professionally, actually, and met my producer, and then moved back here.
Oh, heck yeah.
Speaking of your producer, that's not a small name.
No, good old Ryan. Yeah, no. Yeah. He's not a small name. He's awesome. And it's crazy. He's the only person I've worked with so far, just because he's really talented and we have a good rapport. And I it was very classic. When you kind of just go, they say no. Who cares?
Yeah.
Thanks for having here.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Cool. Who cares? And so when I hit him up, I was just looking for producers in Vancouver area, and I was like, okay, Well, this guy's really legit. He's worked with like Carly Rae Jepsen, Biff Naked. I love Biff Naked so much, and like all these amazing artists. And I was like, okay, awesome. So I literally emailed him. I had no music released. I had no, like, I didn't even send him original music. I sent him YouTube covers I had been doing at the time. And I was like, hey, if you want to, I'd love to work with you. And he got back, which was crazy in and of itself, and then called me and was like, hey, just to let you know, I don't work with people who aren't signed to a label, but I want to work with you. And that was like
Nice.
Wow.
the coolest thing ever. And really the rest is history. Without him, I don't know where I'd be as an artist.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
Cool.
I love that. That's like, you know, we get a lot of guests on the show like that too. We're just like, not everybody says yes, of course, but it's like when they do, it's like we kind of get like we're high-fiving and
It's a cool feeling. You're like, I am the chosen one. Wow.
Yeah, for sure. I can relate to that 100%. Damn it, I had a question there.
I have one. When I reached out to you,
Mhm.
and I don't remember based on what were you nominated for a Sask Music Award?
Yeah, I was nominated for 2, which is really cool. I was nominated for Pop Artist of the Year and for Best Music Video for my song Whatever That Means, which was just like huge honor. And it was like the second year in a row I was nominated, and it was just like huge honor. And then you look at all the nominees, and that was also just like, oh my God, the Garys, Mickey
Surreal.
Nash, like all of them, every single nominee this year. I was like, it will be an honor to lose to any one of these people. I was like, it will be an honor when it happens. And it was. It was amazing. It was just great to experience that show too. Like, there's just so many amazing artists in this province. So I'm just grateful to be on the roster.
Was that a virtual event this year?
Yeah, it was.
That was just the other night too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a couple months ago.
Is it the wait? Are we talking the SCMAs or the?
No, the SCMA is Saskatchewan.
Oh no, not the country ones. Just the Sask Music Awards. The SMAs.
Music Awards.
So I think it was the SCMAs that was like last week or 2 weeks ago then.
Oh yeah, that was more recent, but I wasn't there.
Right. Yeah.
But
clearly.
I mean, who knows? You don't know. Maybe I'm doing a country thing on the side. I have a different name and all that. You know, who knows? I wear like a mask. I could like Orville Patrick.
Put a Slipknot mask on and sing country.
Perfect. There you go. Oh my God.
So correct me if I'm wrong. The stage name is pronounced Velours.
Silent S on the end. Velours. It's French.
Right. So it's like velours.
You are French. You should know this.
Yeah.
We say velours. Sorry. I mean, but I was about to just go into French.
Totally. You totally could. You totally could.
Mais tu peux dire juste velours, car nous sommes like, we're in Saskatchewan, so like it's no worries. And when people call me velours, I'm like, okay.
Right.
Like,
that's fine. Like that bugs me so much about, like, because like we're Canadian, we're bilingual, all that kind of stuff. Like my name is Joel, but
there you go.
But it's Joel or Joel in English, right? So like, and Mark would be Marc. Like, can it just be Mark? Like, why do you have to change it? Like, if Mark's not French, so why would you call him Marc? Like, that's not his name. His name is Mark.
There are so many times that people send me an email and they write my name with a C.
I was just gonna say, do people do that? Because like it's
all
like
the time.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, in French, actually, there's a funny story, because I like went to French immersion school, and my favorite teacher ever, shout out Mr. Susi, love him so much. He doesn't go online, so he won't see this, but still shout out, he's the best. But he was my French teacher, and because my real name's Ava, and but in French it'd be Ava, and he called me Ava for my 4 years of high school.
What?
Wow.
He would give people different nicknames, and mine was Ava. And it like that, Ava. But so then, but with velours, so like what I'm talking, so either it's velours or velours. I feel like, whereas I'm like velour, like the fabric, but with an S on the end, and
right.
Yeah.
Very plush.
So you told me in a DM that your mom came up with that, right? Or
Yeah, that was
together
my
with your mom, or
yeah, that was my mom's idea because I had been, which was like really cool. People had been saying that my voice sounded like velvet, which was just like a really cool adjective. And in French, velour means velvet. So I was like,
That's right.
my mom was like, this is a really cool idea. You should be velour. I was like, yeah.
Hell
let's do it."
yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. And
So-
like at that time too, my single was just on YouTube. I didn't know what I was doing. People were like, put it on streaming services. And I was like, how do you do that?
Yeah. Because remember,
Okay.
60-year-old man and a 22-year-old girl.
Exactly. I was like, you put it on YouTube, right? And it got like it got 1,000 views in a day. Like, and I didn't even promote it. I had like 200 followers at the time, and I was like, I did this, and it got 1,000 views. And people were like, put it up on Spotify, and I was like, I've heard of that. Yes.
Yeah.
What is that?
I've heard of Spotify. God, yeah. You know what I mean, Mark. Yeah, you get it.
Yep.
Mark's not a very big Spotify fan.
No,
at
I'm
all.
not.
He's a very big advocate for Tidal
I am.
as opposed to Spotify.
Title's really chill, yeah.
Yeah.
But
How do you
really
upload
like
music to Tidal?
Fuck if I know.
Yeah, I know. We're old. We're old. We have no idea.
I just listen. This episode is brought to you by Inspired Vapor Company. InspiredVaporCompany.com is a father-son partnership, and they have 3 locations in Saskatchewan, in Melfort, Prince Albert, and Humboldt. And their goal is to help as many people as possible quit cigarettes.
Yeah, a couple of stand-up guys there, Kevin and Blaine Tates. They're there to help you guys if you want to transition from cigarettes to vaping. I think vaping is better than cigarettes. And they're the guys to talk to about it. So go to inspiredvaporcompany.com and use the promo code Moose10 at your checkout, and you'll get 10% off.
The thing I like on Spotify are Netflix's curated playlists of their soundtracks from their shows and movies. That's what I
Right, because you're a big movie buff.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, whoa. Had to
Right.
notice that. So yeah, I love
I don't know.
like,
Your Instagram stories is full of
they are.
what is what is it?
Oh, guess the movie. Yeah.
Guess the movie. That's
Oh my God.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad. I just started following you like 20 minutes ago. So
I saw that. I saw that.
I'm
Well,
totally in. I'm going to play that game. I'm totally going to play that game.
it's so much fun. Actually, like it's my favorite thing to do because I'm a huge movie and TV gal. Like, and
he does a
that's
lot of
where-
Disney though, so you might
A lot of what?
Disney.
yeah.
That's okay. I think I'm, well, it depends how current it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's the actual fun, like what my mom and I did. We did a full marathon watching every single Walt Disney animated film.
Holy
From
shit.
beginning to end, it took us 6 weeks. We didn't watch anything else. Like, I'm not even kidding. And it was really cool because like I know so much about the history of Disney and movies. So I just give out these fun facts. Like one of my favorite, if I may, just innocuous fun facts is the fact that Cinderella's dress in the movie was actually silver. But then when they were marketing her, they felt like silver was too close to like a wedding dress and they didn't want their princess in a wedding dress. So then they changed the color to blue. And actually in remastered versions of the film, it's blue. And then when they did Sleeping Beauty, the dress changes, from pink and blue throughout the film, but she actually wears it as blue more often, especially like when she pricks her finger on this spindle of the spinning wheel, and dies, goes to sleep. She's blue. It's a blue dress, but both Cinderella and Aurora are blonde. So when they were doing marketing and look very alike. So when they were doing the marketing, especially in the 90s, when they were doing the whole like princess brand, they couldn't have 2 blonde princesses in blue dresses. So they made Aurora's color pink, even though she wears blue more often, and Cinderella blue, even though it's originally silver. That's my like
Yeah,
nerdy.
I love that kind of stuff. I love nerd out. I love
Thank
it.
you so much for listening to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and-
crazy how marketing can, change everything like
changes
that.
reality. It
Yeah.
changes our reality if you're not like in depth on everything. Like it completely does. And then you'll hear the quote unquote like truth, and you're like, oh, weird. Like,
Yeah.
that's not my
Now-
truth. Though. Like that's not how I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm like, what does a silver dress look like?
You can find it. You can, if you look it up, you can find it. It's like, it's really, I love it better because like I have the DVD from like before they remastered it where it's a bit more blue, and I really loved it actually, and it looked really
It's
beautiful.
funny how they thought the silver looked too much like a wedding dress, because aren't wedding dresses
White.
like
I know. I know, but I guess like the color's too close, and like especially you want like the pop of color for kids too, so you
Right.
make it blue, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, but thank you for noticing that. I'm like yeah, movies are where I got my love for music in a way, really. Like soundtracks have just always been a part of my life. I was born in 99. The first movie I saw in theaters was Shrek in 2001. I was almost 2 years old. It was the summer before I was turning 2. And the movie like started, the lights went down and I was sitting, and my mom told me apparently I just stood up and just my mouth open like the entire movie and like did not move.
Oh, that's
And
adorable.
and like then we had like the CD of like that soundtrack slaps. Like it's so good. Every
Oh,
single
yeah.
Shrek soundtrack actually slaps. The first two are my favorite, obviously, but like and like my love of music just kind of went from there really. And like Empire Records, 10 Things I Hate About You, like all of these soundtracks that just like yeah, are really, without that kind of music, the films wouldn't be as good, just like a film score, you know? So that's kind of where my love for music comes from. My goal one day too is to actually make kind of a soundtrack album where every song sounds like it's by a different artist, but like I'm doing it. So kind of I get to kind of experiment a bit. And then like it'll be like, and the titles will be like beginning of the movie, and then like the love song, and then like the sad emotional part, and like kind of like stuff like that.
Ooh, I gotcha.
Okay.
Which is kind of like where I get to kind of merge my film nerd side and my singer songwriter
I like that.
My-
I like that.
My
Thank
question
you.
based on that was actually going to be like, do you ever is is that a goal of yours to come up with a soundtrack for an actual movie? But
Yes.
I like this idea.
Thank you.
The
Thank you.
album
lot.
is the soundtrack
Yeah.
to the
And-
movie.
Yeah.
And you
yeah,
have
yeah.
to,
Someone has
yeah.
to make the movie based on her music.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, thank you. Yeah, like and legit, and like the idea, yeah, it's to kind of like you listen to it and you have to figure out what the story is.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun too.
Yes.
And kind of
Oh,
think
this
of
is
what the
this
story
is a
like
great
that's what I
idea.
want to do really badly. And like the thing is that it would have to be me just like in solitary for like 10 months doing this though. So I'm like, I need to get into like the higher part of my career first, where I can financially do that. And be able to be gone for like 10 months and just like hone in on this project. But like that is like, you guys are the first people I've confessed that to. Except
Hey,
my
we
mom.
got the exclusive.
You got the
Again.
exclusive, man. Because like it's
We'll
like,
blast that out on our YouTube shorts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, totally. And then I'll have to do it. That'll be something I'll like have to do in my
Oh,
career.
I'll push you to do
Oh,
it.
we'll remind you.
100%. I love this idea. So
Thanks, guys.
now I'm
Wow.
curious, what type of movie would it be? Is it going to be like a drama or romantic comedy, or is it going to be a horror movie, or like
Oh, see, that's the
what
thing,
genre?
right?
You
There's
could
so
do
many
one
options,
for
but
each kind. You could do multiple albums like this, but do one per genre.
No,
I'm stealing that
I think you should come up with the soundtrack, put it out there, and then take submissions with movie
for
scripts.
movies. That's a great idea. I love that. Yeah, just kind of see where the soundtrack kind of takes me, I guess, genre-wise, and then people can kind of like, I love
Heck
that.
yeah.
See, because that's the thing is like, that's the beauty of art, right? Is that when you make something, it brings creativity. Like everyone kind of flocks to creativity, right? Creative people flock to creativity. Wow, patent that.
TV shows too. Friends had a killer soundtrack, right?
Who?
Oh my gosh,
Right.
that theme song.
The TV show Friends
Yeah.
had a very popular soundtrack out there.
It did, all the songs on there slap. I love that show.
Yeah, so you
That
could
was
do
my
like a
favorite show, Friends.
soundtrack for like a sitcom.
That's
Oh,
rocking.
I
Yeah,
like that idea.
that's
That
fun.
could be like your niche, your thing.
Yeah,
Maybe
my thing.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I love that. It's like that's something I really want to do because like Empire Records might be my favorite movie soundtrack and one of my favorite movies. And
Wasn't it Rick
I think
Manning
most-
Day like just a
Yeah,
couple
it's Rick
weeks ago?
Manning Day.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was. It's in
Mark's like, what are
April.
you talking about?
Well, I know.
Um,
Who?
Rex Manning. Is it Rex or
Rex.
Rick
Rex Manning. That's it,
Rex
Rex.
Manning.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah, I love that movie. And but I love like because like I grew up with a lot of 90s culture, really, like not just because I was born in 99, but like my mom was like teens and early 20s in the 90s. So like those were her formative years too. So I really was influenced by all of that music. I grew up on like all of it, like the Cranberries and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam and No Doubt and like Alanis Morissette and Garbage. Garbage was my favorite band in grade 5. I did a
Right.
project on them and I sang Only Happy When It Rains in front of my entire class.
Holy smokes.
Which was really fun. And like the Smiths also, like I remember, no, sorry, that was grade 6 was the Garbage project. And then in grade 5 though, I had just moved back to Saskatoon and one of the parents, we were doing like this marathon thing for charity. And one of the parents was making chit chat with me and was like, what's your favorite song? And I'm sure she expected, you know, something like Hannah Montana or something. And I love Hannah Montana. I mean, go hard. I love Best of Both Worlds. Let's do it up. But my favorite, I said, Girlfriend in a Coma by the Smiths. And then I kept writing.
What? Double take.
She was like, oh, cool. But yeah, so yeah, it's like music, but it's always been like Cyndi Lauper's album, Seven Deadly Sins. I grew up with too. And like it would usually when I was going to ballet practice to and from, that song would play, like that album would play, and I actually made up an entire movie in my head based on that full album.
On the
And
album.
yeah, exactly. So honestly, yeah, it has been like a huge part of my life and movies in general. Thanks for bringing that up, guys. Wow, like talking about movies is like my favorite thing, and like I can do the like connection thing where you pick like an actor in a movie or something like that, and I can try to figure it out or something.
All right.
But don't do it now because now I feel pressured.
We can cut. I can cut it. Okay. Let you test me out first because I want to see how comparable we are on the bar in movie culture. So give me a but like go easy on me, okay?
Okay.
Don't. So give me a movie quote and I'll see if I can figure out what movie it is.
Oh, a movie quote. Sure.
Yeah.
If you want him, come and claim him.
Oh shit.
It's from okay, I'll give you hints. It's from a 3-movie trilogy. It revolutionized a genre of film. Early 2000s. Early 2000s, no, trilogy. But like
no, the movie, it's not the movie Taken though.
No, it's from the first film of a trilogy from the early 2000s, Academy Award winning. The third film was Academy Award winning, revolutionized a certain genre of film.
Matrix?
No.
I give up. It
was Arwen from Fellowship of the Ring. When she has Frodo.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I tried. Okay, hear me out. I tried, and I thought it was so boring.
Oh no.
That I was like, that's it. This is too long. I can't watch these people through the desert. And so I could not get into it. And
were you watching the right movie?
Maybe not. My wife has tried to get me to watch it. She's like swears that I would love it. And I have zero interest in Lord of the Rings.
My wife and I actually went on a date to the theater to watch the first one.
That's goals.
And
right there.
We don't walk out on movies, but we almost did on that one.
Oh. Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
I have the extended as like a it's like a special edition.
Of course you do.
That's okay. I'm not judging.
No,
I'm
not judging either. Like I respect that. That's all fair. I'm just like you guys are kind of like the demographic for people who would love Lord of the Rings too. Like the stereotypical demographic.
Are you calling me a nerd?
No, you don't have to be a nerd to like Lord of the Rings.
No, I'm kidding. No, but like that's the thing is that Lord of the Rings are like Academy Award nominated films. They're like prestigious and revolutionized and brought back fantasy films. They like made them cool.
I have the respect that that is the case. Movie like Avatar, for example, same thing.
Yeah.
Avatar just ripped off Fern Gully, man.
That's not the
Avatar is just Fern Gully. That's all that is.
Yeah.
And Pocahontas. Yeah.
There's actually a new one coming out.
Yeah, that'll be really
Yeah.
interesting because it's been so long since the first one.
And
And
it's weird because they gave you some screenshots of the new
yeah.
movie, and it was like supposed to be spectacular, and I was like, am I looking at the old one, or is this,
Hmm.
I don't
I
know,
Do
it's
you
don't
know
know.
weird.
that
Very interesting.
James Cameron owns, or I guess he's like, I don't know if he fully owns it, but he's got like his fingers in like a pea processing plant just outside of Saskatoon.
Well, he lives in Saskatoon, doesn't he?
It's something like that,
Yeah.
right?
What?
Did you know that? Yeah,
James
James
Cameron?
Cameron's like
Yeah.
got his fingers in Saskatchewan,
Yeah, yeah.
100% in
What?
agriculture. Yeah.
Mr.
He,
I'm King of the World
Yes.
has
I don't
stuff.
know.
Wow.
I
I don't
think
know if he
this would have
lives
been
in.
years ago. I want to say 2015, 2016. Don't quote me on this, but I think he did some kind of deal with, it was like indigenous pea processing plant or something west of
Oh, cool.
Saskatoon, and he like helped fund it and everything like that. Something on
Wow.
the like that.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
But
But
from what I understand is that he has a house in Saskatoon. I don't know if he lives there.
Yeah.
right.
Why would he?
Well,
Hey
this
man,
is funny.
Saskatchewan rocks, dude.
Saskatchewan is like really awesome, but it's funny
It is.
because I feel like I've seen every single person I went to high school with, but I've never seen James Cameron down the street. I feel robbed. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that
James
is
Cameron,
that is
where are you?
where are
dude?
you? I'm calling you right now. I'm asking, where are you? Because I need to see you. I need to ask you about Titanic. And
About a sequel to Titanic.
oh, not a sequel. No, we'll just keep it as is. That
Yeah.
I'm gonna
film's really good
Google
on its
this
own.
right now. James
That is
Cameron,
fascinating though. I had no idea.
How
Saskatchewan.
wild would it be if Ava gets a ding dong right now and it's James Cameron?
Hollywood
at her door?
director
Imagine.
James Cameron
Yeah.
invests in
gosh.
Saskatchewan pea processing plant. This is CBC News in 2017.
Oh wow. So yeah, recent. Like relatively.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I was off a couple of years, but yeah, that definitely happened. I don't know if he lives in Saskatchewan though.
But he has a house, probably when he like needs
I
to
would
live.
I would presume he's got a place to stay if he comes
I
out here.
mean,
Yeah.
also like I feel like if you can afford getting places, why wouldn't you?
He's
You know?
probably a house on Spadina, you know.
Yeah.
River Street, I bet.
Rivers.
Is that
Well,
Spadina?
Spadina,
That is Spadina.
Yeah.
It's not PA.
River Street.
This is Saskatoon, yeah.
Yeah. Too funny.
They actually have a name for that.
I have a question about your YouTube channel.
Okay, yeah.
So
Oh, right.
today I was
Yeah.
listening to your music today and I loved it. Very
Thank
good.
you.
It kind I can't put my finger on it, but it was reminding me of Janet Jackson's Velvet Rope. Like it was bringing me back to that.
Wow,
But
thank
but
you.
there's something else to like add to it. I just haven't been able to put my finger on it. But
That's
there's
cool
a
though.
song on there, and I'm like, this isn't you. This isn't you at all. Do you know what I'm talking about?
YouTube recently connected me and another artist named Velours together.
Aha.
Oh.
And I've contacted them and I'm trying to I'm trying to make it so we're separate again. But oh my gosh, it made me so mad.
Yeah, because
And
her
like it's
video
frustrating.
or her song is on your channel.
Yeah. And hey, like it's a
Yeah.
good song.
Yeah,
I listened to it and I was like, this is a good song.
Exactly,
But
that was the first one I listened to, and I was like, okay. And then I went to your Identity album, and I was like, what the hell? Like, this is completely different.
yeah, they're
And
very
then I was
different.
like, that can't be be right. And I mean,
No, yeah.
as you look at the pictures and you can just see, like, yeah, that's not you.
Oh yeah, very different looking people.
Interesting.
Different
So
individuals.
how
Yeah.
did you reach out to YouTube? Did you like email them or?
Yeah. I just like through my YouTube studio, I just like
Yeah.
hit them up, and I haven't heard back yet because I mean they're YouTube. But
Yeah.
I'll just keep harassing them.
Weird
but
how
yeah.
that happens though.
Isn't it? Like it's weird.
I think it has to do with the way you upload it. I think, right? Like, do you use like DistroKid or?
Yeah, I use
maybe?
DistroKid. I use DistroKid, but the thing is like it doesn't make sense though because on like Spotify, like I feel like the nice thing is like when you upload it like Spotify, it's super specific. Like it's like very much like please tell me what Spotify account you are. Because you will have an account on there, Whereas like on YouTube, it's like I'll just like upload you and I like add like just as like an individual thing.
Could that be a DistroKid?
No, because I just switched from TuneCore, and it was the same thing before. So I don't know. We'll find out. I'm to quote Doctor Strange, I'm Scooby-Dooing this shit right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out. So.
Please let us know how, like,
I
when
will,
you find out what's going on there, keep us in the loop with that too.
Scooby-Dooing this shit.
We haven't had that problem. Like I like the videos to the podcast and the shorts and stuff. Like I upload them individually, like specifically to the YouTube channel.
Well,
so
see, that's the thing though, is like I think you were looking at my Velours like topic, whereas my actual YouTube channel doesn't have that artist.
That
like
could be it.
I think that's it, because like I have almost 300 subscribers on my actual YouTube channel, and that one has just only my videos. So I think maybe that's it.
Yeah, because this one, it's the topic, because it's only got 72 subscribers on that one.
Yeah, which hey,
and
that's cool.
It says topic, but then your other one 278. Okay, there, Larry, you got 279. Check that out.
Thank you. But yeah,
that's where I get like
videos on them too.
That's where I get like all my music, right? Is
actually
YouTube.
Like I'm a huge YouTube gal too, especially because like I mean, movie person, love visuals, so like right, you get it, so like that's also like really nice, because like I'll put them on the TV, I'll put like on the smart TV, and just like have
Chromecast or something.
Yeah, and it's awesome, and it's just like, and then you'll go and then you'll look at the TV and be like, oh my god, I forgot how much I love this video, and like I mean, the visual component always is just like
hell yeah. Okay, let me ask you, what's your top 2 or 3 favorite music videos
of all time?
Yeah. Not like your favorite one, but like what would you say are like in the top 3?
You asked me this in a previous episode and I still don't have the answer.
I don't have the answer.
That's a hard question.
That's such a hard. Do you know how many music videos there are in the world and how many amazing ones there are? Like because the thing is that you can go from like the minimalism of Numb, you know, where he's just kind of getting things done to him and he's sitting on a chair the entire time, like a one take, to the like over the top CGI beautifulness of like Out of the Woods by Taylor Swift. Like you can like I can't pick, because I'm like overwhelmed by all the different like stylistic
okay
versions.
How can I rephrase that question to not make it so loaded? What would you what
don't ask the question.
Just don't ask it. You're probably right.
Oh man, but yeah, I think like the video, you know what we don't have anymore, at least to my knowledge, are music videos or even songs actually that are like made for films, and then like the music videos are like the singer singing and then cutting back and forth from the singer singing to like the movie going on.
So one that comes to mind is from the Batman Forever. What was that? Kiss from a Rose? Seal?
Oh yeah.
But I don't think that song was written for that movie, though.
It was.
Are you? I don't know. I might. It's hard on like when you Google stuff, you can find some articles that'll say it was and some that it wasn't.
Right.
But,
I don't know, but like, but even like, you watch the music video for Hungry Eyes, you know, from Dirty Dancing, and it's them dancing and the visual, but also him singing and stuff. And there's so many of those, you know, or like you'll watch it, or like the Cyndi Lauper song that she wrote for Goonies. Love that song. So good. It's so good. Wow, now I want to watch Goonies. But yeah, like that one, like the visuals are like mostly the movie, and then like her too.
Yeah, you don't see that anymore. You
it's
know,
not
music
like that
videos.
Anymore.
No, not at all. Hey.
No,
but it's also very hard to get your song in a movie, so that could be a
well, now it's like you don't really get picked to like write songs for a movie. You just hope that your song gets picked up for a movie, or more actually a show. Like more, you want your song to be in it like a Netflix show, because they blow up. Like like my new favorite TV show is Heartstopper on Netflix, which is just like an amazing show. You should watch it. It's literally watched it in a day. It's 8 episodes, 20-minute episodes.
What's it about?
It is.
I'm looking for new shows. So
It is so wholesome. It's such a wholesome show. It's a wholesome teen queer love story mixed with just like friendships, and it's just a very relatable show when it comes to just like when you just, I don't know, like I think like especially when like you weren't like a problem, like not being like a very like problematic show, like it's just super wholesome and a little bit aspirational too, and just like really cute and
Right.
fun. Like it's just such a fun like feel good show, especially because like, and people have been saying that it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes actually. Like it has 100%
Oh,
rating, which is like insane,
yeah,
but
that
very
does matter.
deserving. It's very good because it's based off of
Who's the cast in it?
actually most of them are unknowns. Most of them it's their first well,
For sure.
the show, except for the lead, one of the lead actors, Kit Connor. He played young Elton John in Rocket Man,
Oh,
and stuff. So he's been around for a long time, and he's very, very talented. But they're all insanely talented, and like because like Netflix, a lot of the time will do like open casting calls. So like they just audition, but like what's great is like it's just like a lot of great queer representation. Like you have a trans main character, you have bisexual characters, gay characters, lesbian characters. Like it's just like very much inclusive,
Yeah.
and just like, but like, and not in a shove it down your throat way, like not in a we're being inclusive way. Just like
yeah.
this is like my mom literally turned to me at one point and was like, "This is how your school experience was. Like everyone was queer." I'm like, that's so true, me included. Everyone was like literally everyone was queer. But yeah, like it's just like such a cute, and like you don't have to be to love it. It's just it's just cute. Like it's
Yeah.
just like a cute little show that just
I'll
makes you happy.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, the
But
style is cool too.
I don't know if I'll be able to relate to it though.
But yeah,
So you know what I
well,
mean?
if
Because
you were
like
in high school you had a crush, you'll be
exactly.
able to relate to it.
Think so?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like anyone who liked someone in high school or had like friend honestly, or like was bullied too, like it's just like a very,
Right.
it's just so real too. It's done okay because like it's based off of a graphic novel series. It's British too, which also means it's good because British TV
Uh-oh.
like
Uh-oh.
Oh, he doesn't like British.
You're losing me.
He
You
doesn't like the
are
British.
losing me. Yeah, man.
okay, but try it still.
Okay, I will. You have my word, and I will give you
You have to let me know what you
review.
think. Please
I
do.
100% will.
Joel relates to Big Mouth.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right
See, I
now.
like Big Mouth, but
Yeah.
Okay, good. No, right now I'm into Janelle likes to binge watch, and I don't know, I
love binge
can't do it.
watching.
I'm like,
Oh,
you know,
really?
I can do maybe 2-3 episodes, and then I need a couple days break and stuff because it's too much for me.
Mm.
But right now we just finished season 9 of American Horror Story.
Oh my God.
Ozark's out now, so we'll be
Yeah.
finishing that up.
And it's
That's
so good.
hell
Binged it.
yeah.
So
Hell
good.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that
And
last season
is it? No, no, yeah,
I
Don't say
know.
anything.
well,
Oh, of course not. Oh my God, I would
because
never.
I think I'm watching that tonight actually. But
Oh,
yeah,
Guys,
let me know
I've
when you
been
think it's
excited
good
for
again.
that
he
one.
dies.
Hey,
He dies.
oh, what a dick, eh? Such a dick.
I have no
I
idea
know
what
somebody's going to die. I know that. I just
I-
don't
It's
know who.
Ozark. It's
Yeah.
Ozark. One person dies every episode. Like it's
Yeah.
like at least one.
I watched the first season, and I haven't.
It's heavy too. Like it's
Yeah.
like it's a heavy show too. So like it's hard to rewatch unless you're in that zone. And that's
Right.
the thing too, is like with like Heartstopper, for example, definitely like have to be in that zone of like wanting something lighthearted. Like, but that's with any kind of thing. You don't really want to go into something that you're not in the mood for. I feel like it
Exactly.
dampens it. Like if you're
Exactly.
not
Like,
wanting
yeah.
something fantasy, don't watch Peter Pan, like don't
Yeah.
like yeah.
You watch Hook instead.
Oh yeah.
Such a
That's
good
way
show.
more realistic.
Yeah.
That's
Isn't that a good show?
grounded in realism.
Hell yeah. Let's bring it back to music here though. I want to know
Yeah.
a little bit more of like, okay, you said you got into music, what, 5 years old, 6 years old? Something
Oh,
like
like
that?
just like no, from the very beginning.
Right, from like Shrek, right?
Like in a way, like my obsession with like soundtracks was from Shrek. But like, I mean, I grew up like I was born into just like my whole family loves music. Like my mom always plays music, like and like I grew up with like also like the Disney princess movies too, and so like I like literally just like the ABBA song. Like apparently my mom said I could sing before I could talk. I would like make noises with my voice before I even knew how to like speak
Hell yeah.
and stuff. And like I always would write random songs. There's a video of me singing a song I made up called Cheese and Crackers, Yum Yum Yum, at like 3 years old. And it's a classic. I think I'm gonna put it on the next EP.
Do it.
And bring it back. But
Make
yeah,
that
but
as
yeah.
one of those secret songs at the end of the disc.
Yeah,
You know, where you play it for
No,
like
just
5
put it on
minutes after,
TikTok.
and then
Put it on TikTok.
TikTok.
literally put it on TikTok. It would do so well. That would be the one that would get viral, of course. Like it
Yeah.
wouldn't be like one of like the like really well produced songs by Ryan, like produced by Ryan or anything. It would be like
Yeah.
me just like clapping my hands and singing Cheese and Crackers. Yeah, absolutely. But I would sing in grocery stores, and I would sing at bookstores, and like my mom would just let me. I would make up stories. Like I would also just like I always just wrote too. I always just wrote stories, and I love writing stories, and like I'm just grateful that I am able to kind of do it through music,
Right.
and be able to tell stories through music. But yeah, like I would make up plays. Like I would make up musicals, like full on. If mom and I had like a day of errands, I'd make up like a full on musical, and with like fantasy characters and stuff, and I had to like act everything out and everything, and in front of like people, in front of just like random people trying to go about their day. And I was
Heck
this
yeah.
annoying like 4-year-old that was like making up songs. But
That's
yeah,
And
awesome.
then trying to get the sugar from behind her on the shelf.
Yeah. Would you have like
Get
the
around.
evil wicked witch, or the evil character like throughout the
oh,
day?
of course.
Yeah.
I mean, why
nice.
not? That was like spying on the
Yeah.
good characters and wanting to doom them. You gotta have an
You're
evil
hilarious.
character. Thank you. Thanks. You guys are great. This is really fun. I'm having a good time.
Good. That's yeah.
I saw an Instagram video of shit.
Of shit.
No,
Of a
a
Disney
Shit.
tiny little girl on the lap of one of the evil witches in some Disney movie. I don't.
Oh, for sure.
But anyway, so she was trying to be all wicked and nasty and whatever, but you know, in a respectful way to the kid. And the kid looks up and she goes like, "I like you," and you can just see her face like,
Oh no.
"You're supposed to be scared of me.
That's
I don't know what to do with this."
That's
And
so
then she had a
funny.
whole conversation about, "Oh, well, thank you. Why? You know,
Why?
it was kind of a weird, awkward conversation
That's so
with
funny.
this lady in the costume, and this girl was just not impressed by the whole situation.
It's just like, you're not scary at all. I
Yeah,
could be
exactly.
scarier. I love
Yeah.
that. I mean, there is something to say about how badass like evil characters are, and like their determination. Like they are just determined people. They
Yeah.
will
right.
kill people. They're very determined. But yeah, that's kind of adorable. That's like a really cute story. I actually I was in like all the musicals in high school, and I played Ursula in grade 11, Little Mermaid, and like there were kids that would come and they would all flock to Ariel, except for like a couple kids, and this one kid, it was kind of a similar thing, came up to me and was like, "Oh my gosh, I love you so much." And I was like, "You know what? Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like Ursula deserves more love. Thank you so much." Everyone went up to Ariel, and I was like, "That's right. You should join my side." That's
Yeah. Come
that's
to the
absolute-
dark side.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the dark side, please. Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
that was like that kind of reminded me of that. Yeah. And you just feel kind of accomplished in an evil way too. Like,
Yeah. I love that. That's like, well, yeah, actors when they go into when they're playing those evil characters, they never see the character as an evil person. Like
You
you really
can't.
gotta see it from their perspective, right?
Yeah, and like that's something I like to do, both like when I've acted and also in writing my songs too. Like my song "Good Boy," for example, I've never been through that experience myself, but I loved this idea of knowing like not specifically the situation, but I loved this concept of someone knowing that they're just using someone for emotional companionship and taking advantage of it, but not doing anything. Is just saying like, "I'm not good for you, but I'm still gonna
Yeah.
knowingly I'm still gonna knowingly use you because I'm being used by someone else," and kind of the concept of like this kind of vicious cycle that happens. So like kind of like that, like this where like you really do, like in anything creative, you need empathy when it comes to being able to relate and stuff. And like there's so many songs about just like being a bad bitch, or like being like, or like not really caring what people think. And I think that's releases a certain part of ourselves that like we don't, most of us don't kind of don't embody all the time, which I think is good. I
Yeah.
like this part of like I deserve everything and screw everybody else. But I think it's also good to get that part out sometimes. And
Yeah.
sometimes it is fun to play the evil queen. But and like I think that's what people flock to. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Speaking of good boy,
Mm.
uh, that video that you have on Instagram where you went from, you were reminiscing about sitting,
Yeah.
someone had a guitar and
That was
then you
Ryan,
on
my
stage. Oh,
producer.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was us in the studio. Yeah, after I had written that song on piano, and then like I brought it to the studio, and he was like, "Let's try it on guitar," and it sounded amazing. And I was like, "We are not going back because this sounds freaking rad." And then yeah, like it was like I looked back on that video and I felt so nostalgic, and like I had just done, because then the live performances from Telemiracle this past year, and
That's
I'm
what-
very proud of that performance. And like also just like as an artist too, I feel like I've grown so much and learned so much about myself, and really brought out this side, this like more rock loving, punk loving side, that kind of, and then is brought into Good Boys. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm like, that video was kind of cool to make because it really did show like where it started and then where
Yeah.
it is now as a song. Yeah.
How did you end up getting the Telemiracle thing?
I submitted.
Or is
I
that-
applied.
look at you. You just, it seems like everybody you ask, they all just say yes.
Well, no, no, but I don't give up. I just keep pushing. And like, luckily the stuff that I don't get, no one knows about. So you only know about the stuff people get. You never
Yeah.
know about the stuff they don't get unless they talk about it. But
Right.
yeah, but I am very grateful. I've been able to do Telemiracle 2 years in a row, which has just been a huge honor. And I had a full band this year too, which is really cool. But yeah, I like, even just in general though, like the opportunities I've gotten have been like insane, and I've just been very, very grateful for them. But I think just like with anything, you just have to just act like either I'm gonna get this because why wouldn't I? And if I like in like a non like that
Yeah.
sounds very conceited,
No,
but
no,
you know, you
not at
have
all.
to go
Not
in,
at all.
you have to go in with confidence. But if you don't get it, don't go, oh wow, like screw all those people who did get it. I deserved it
Yeah.
better. You don't do that. You go, I'm so happy for those people, and
That's right.
this will open me up for other opportunities too.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, that's the humility of it,
Yeah,
right? Like
absolutely. Humility is
Mark
so
and I.
important.
Oh, 100%.
So
Like
important.
the people that we've had on the show, like we've been doing this coming up on 3 years now, and have met a lot of artists and a lot of
Yeah.
musicians and stuff.
So
And
cool.
like, with all truth and honesty coming from my heart, I consider all of you guys close friends of mine. Like I would have no problem walking up to you after a show, giving you a hug and be like, great job, you know, that's awesome, like let's party or whatever.
Aw, that's
I just-
awesome.
or
Well,
or
I'm gonna
just
wait
let's
for that.
grab, or yeah, it'll happen. I'm
I'll
gonna
hold
see
you
you
to
in
that.
person for sure.
That'd be so fun.
But like, and going out for lunch, and it's not just
Yeah.
about being in the music scene too. Like there's so many guests that we've had on the show where we're just like, hey, you know, I'm in the city, you want to grab a bite to eat, let's go get coffee
Yeah.
or whatever, like
Yeah.
and talk about things outside of music as well, as
Yeah.
friends do, right?
As friends do.
Yeah, and I think that's that humility side of it too. It's not like the people we've met aren't like, oh, we're big rock stars or whatever, and we don't have time for you. Like that's not what it's about at all. We're all in
Yeah.
it. We're all trying to boost and pull each other with us and bump us all up. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
Absolutely.
that's what I
the
love
beauty of
about it. That's
Yeah, me
and
too.
that's why we keep doing this. Because if there wasn't any of that, it would be like,
Oh, we would have
There-
quit.
yeah, there'd be no support
Absolutely.
from us
Yeah,
at
we-
all.
we
Like
would have quit
Absolutely
a year and a
agree.
half ago.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like even like I completely agree with you. Like if it weren't for the community, I like don't know where I'd be, because like when I like moved back and was like, okay, this is what I'm doing professionally. I'm focusing on music, and it's done well so far, which is really great. Knock on wood. But yeah, like but then like the community was just like welcomed me with open arms, and I got to just harass everybody and ask them their tips and their professional opinions and stuff. And just if people people were even just a tiny bit less generous, I feel like the music industry and the creative world would just be a bit bleaker. So yeah, I agree with you. Humility is so important, and there's so much beauty in supporting each other, and not thinking you're better than anybody or worse than anybody either. Like we're all imperfect, and we're all really trying to just like put our best foot forward and work hard and create. And that's kind of the fun of it. Wow, I feel like I'm on a soapbox right now. Like it's just like preaching it out. But yeah, I agree
girl.
with you.
Preach it.
Preach it, girl. Yeah.
No,
wow.
I really loved the music that I got to listen to today.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
I think so. I listened to that one girl, whoever she was, that other name.
Maybe she'll be on the show.
One, yeah, the one. Maybe
you can have
Canadian,
the other
maybe.
Velours. You can have.
Was that your favorite song?
No, it
Okay.
definitely.
I was gonna say I should. Then maybe I should leave the show.
Yeah, no. I'll tell you.
Who's your favorite Velours? I get it.
Yeah.
No, my favorite one. Oh, I did go to look at that. I clicked on something. It went to Disney. A Disney ad.
What?
Oh,
jeez.
Yeah, like an Encanto ad.
Google's listening.
Oh, yes. Tell Me. I think out of the 4 tracks on the EP, Tell Me was probably my favorite one out of the 4.
Really? Thank you. Wow,
Yeah,
that was the first single.
Was it really?
That was the first like professional song I ever wrote and got produced. So wow, thank you. That's really cool.
My order would be Tell Me, Your Sweater, Good Boy, then Summer Haze.
Really? Wow.
That would be my, if I had to order, put them in order, that would have been the order.
Wow, crazy. Summer Haze was like, has been like the biggest, well, whatever that means has been the biggest so far, but Summer Haze was like the biggest when I released that EP.
Nice.
Cool. That's the thing though. I really love hearing people's opinions and like what they
love. That EP came out in 21?
It was the end of 2020 actually.
Okay.
The end of 2020.
Do you have new stuff lined up?
Yeah, I do.
Well, there was what was the one that we listened to together? Do you remember the name of that one? Because wasn't that a newer one?
Whatever that means is the newest one.
I gotta go to. Sorry, what?
Whatever that means is the newest one.
Whatever that means. Well, what it means is no. Just
well, yeah. What does what mean?
Whatever it means. Yeah.
Who's on first, right?
Yeah.
What's on second?
Yeah. So that's the newest one. We listened to that one today as well.
Oh yeah.
Tell me more about what you got coming out.
Yeah.
So not sure when they'll be released yet, but I've been working on 3 new songs that I'm like insanely proud of. Like I am like the most, like I'm proud of all my songs, but you know, like especially creatively, like you just want to keep improving, and I am just insanely proud of them. And I think my influences are a bit more obvious in these 3, you know, like when it comes to like growing up with like grunge and punk and pop, like, but like it's still pop, but it's like my influences are a bit more there just when it comes to the production, and also just like kind of the style and everything. It was really fun. I think it was very much influenced by playing live more, because like the thing is like I'm so used to everything being online and being virtual that like when I started actually playing live, which was amazing, it completely changed the game when it came to what I was like, I realized I could do when it came to like my own music. My songs sound different when I play them live, and I made them, and I did it that way because I've evolved, which I'm very happy about, because I think creative people constantly are evolving, you know, like your show I'm sure has evolved. Like that's just how that works.
Yeah, every episode, week to week, it's different.
Yeah, it's different, and gets better and better, you know. The next episode's gonna make this one look like crap, you know. That's how that works. And like that was a joke.
I don't know about that.
That was a joke, by the way.
And I'm like, yep.
You're like, no. I was like, that was a joke, by the way. I was like, no one laughed, so that was a joke.
Well, I was gonna say something. I didn't want to cut you off, but I was like, it's not crap. It's just gonna be different. That's all it is.
But that's
They're
the
all
beauty
great.
of it, right? No, that was a joke. That was a joke. But because like that, but that's the thing, is like it doesn't, because the thing is that nothing is ever undercut, you know. Like my Tell Me will always be someone's favorite song, no matter how many songs I do. And that's something really amazing, because I think every song is a part of me and will always be a part of me. And also just like who I was when I wrote it too. Like
Right.
Tell Me I wrote in front of the mirror and was kind of judging myself, and really criticizing myself. And I was like, why am I doing this? And it was very much a self like inflicted criticism. And so that's where that came from.
Right.
Um,
I am gonna cut you
yeah,
off there. So for
do
those
it
of
up.
you who are
You're fine.
watching or listening right now, please go into the description of this video, because we're gonna have the links to these songs in there. And I highly encourage you guys to like even pause the show right now and go listen to Tell Me right now, and then come back and join us again to get
Thank
back in
you.
the conversation.
Listen to them all. And
Yes.
then rank them.
Yes.
I want to know.
Comment.
In the
Are your
comments.
comments turned off? I
No, my
noticed that a
comments are
lot.
on.
Like yours are on, right? But like a lot of the artists that I listen to when I go into their, excuse me, on their like YouTube and stuff, their comments are turned off.
No, I love my
oh,
comments on. People are
heck
so
yeah.
wonderful. People are so wonderful and kind, and like even if there is like kind of a crappy comment, I think it's funny. So like please, like I'd love to know people's opinions. So yeah, like comment on them and tell me your favorites and stuff. And
Yeah,
like
go to the videos and then comment, I came here from the Sit Down podcast.
yes,
right.
do that, and then tag the Sit Down podcast.
Don't go to the wrong.
Don't go to the
YouTube.
topic.
Go to the one with the music videos, not just the
Yeah.
audio versions of it.
Don't go to the topic. Don't go to Velours topic. Go to the actual channel.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go to the icon that looks more like me.
That's right.
The other one doesn't look like me.
Yeah.
Go to the
for
one with
those
brown
listening.
hair. And then
Yeah, exactly.
go to the one with brown hair, because that's me.
Okay, so that's why I thought the comments were off, because on the topic one, the comments
They're
are
off. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, I love having comments on. I like any kind of interaction is just really, really awesome.
Agreed.
Yep.
I agreed. And you know what? That actually does help that algorithm out.
Yeah,
Like
it does.
big time. If you're
Yeah, it
liking, subscribing, putting something in the comment.
Yeah, why do you think like every YouTuber tells you to make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below? They all say that because
we don't, but I'm gonna use you saying that. I'm gonna cut that clip, and now every episode it's gonna be you. Like, comment, and below. I'm gonna use that.
I'm
on
honored.
every
Please do.
episode.
Go for it. I'm giving you the rights.
Hell
to
yeah.
that part. That's awesome. Actually, that's really fun. You should do that.
I'm totally doing that. I never say it. I think I said it. Man, excuse me. In this week's episode, I said it like at the end, and we're laughing about how I never say it. But it's one of those things where I'm like, F the man, right? Because everybody says it because it works. Exactly. And I'm like, I'm not gonna say it because everybody else says it. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I'm just like,
I've done that too. And then you're like,
you're that 80-year-old man yelling at people.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
I relate. I relate.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
But we probably should say that more frequently.
Well, now we can.
You have there you go.
Yeah, I will. That's like, and I'm isolating that clip, and that's gonna be like at the beginning of every episode. It's gonna be you.
I love that.
Like and subscribe.
I love being like, where did this voice go? She's like never on this.
Yeah.
I'll make sure your name's on the screen too, so people will be like, what? Yeah.
Thank you. Wow, like really promote.
Well, I guess that's hilarious.
Yeah, thank you. That's really funny. No, but like I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube video essays because I love reading and writing essays. So any kind of like one that's like visual, I really love, and they're so well made. And they always say like, please make sure if you love this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment below. Now you can choose between two different audios. Now
I'll do one at the beginning and one at the end.
Perfect. There you go. But yeah, and video essays on like music, on movies, mostly on movies. Mostly on movies. I watched like every single one about No Way Home when the movie came out.
Why does that name?
No Way Home.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Sorry. Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Right. Like every single one. Because like anytime I'm watching like every reaction to Heartstopper now. Like anytime I'm obsessed with something, I like go on YouTube and
Yeah.
try to like consume as much content as possible.
Right. That's
To relive
I
it.
that's us too at home. Like we don't have cable or TV. We've got
No,
freaking Netflix and YouTube.
there you go.
That's what I
Yeah,
do.
same.
If there's something I want to watch, I'll find it. Well, we got all the other stuff too, like
Yeah,
Crave,
like Apple
Disney,
TV and
and
Disney
yeah,
Plus.
yeah, all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
but like streaming services and then YouTube. I'm with you. Yeah, and then like DVDs. Like if there's a movie that I'm like wanting to rewatch, and it's nowhere on a streaming service, but I own it, I'm like, oh, well, I'm not gonna pay for it.
Yeah,
I did many
exactly.
years ago.
Do you have a pretty big movie collection?
This is half books, half movies. On here, this
Right.
entire like like so there's the top 2 rows up here are movies, and then the top 2 rows up there are movies and TV shows.
Hell
I
yeah.
have like all the Buffy the Vampire Slayer is like my favorite TV show of all time. Like it's like, oh my god, it's so good. It's my favorite show. And like I can recite the entire first episode.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Like when
what
it's
do you
playing.
think of the movie?
That was such a weird experience to watch the movie because I watched it while I was like mid watching the show when I was younger, and I was like, "What is this? This is so different."
Right?
But yeah. What about you? Do you like it? I haven't watched it since I saw it on cable when I used to have cable.
The movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I like the movie better than the TV show.
Oh, really?
100%. Yeah. And
I-
actually, Donald Sutherland,
I think I only
Well, yeah,
watched the
he played the Watcher. He played the
He
Watcher in
did.
the movie.
he's
which
got a
is so
little
weird.
tie to Bellevue too. Did you
He
know
does,
that
yep.
he used to live like out here?
Really?
Yeah, he
Oh,
filmed
I
a
mean, that
movie.
makes sense. I
Yeah,
forgot about that because Tommy Douglas. They're related to Tommy Douglas.
Yeah, it was a
Sutherland and
movie
Sutherland.
about Batoche, I think, or like Louis Riel or
cool.
something.
Yeah.
Which is like a couple miles from here.
I
Like
mean,
that
yeah.
war, that
Went on
battle
school trips
happened here.
there.
Yeah.
Went on school trips there.
And
Yeah.
so the story was that Donald would be in Bellevue like every night after shooting, and they would play pool at the pool hall and stuff like that. And back then the telephones were party lines. Do you know what a party line is?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it was like.
Oh,
So
that's
that
cool.
time era. And I think he was dating, I want to say Goldie Hawn at the time. So he would talk to Goldie Hawn every night, and everybody in town would be listening at the call. So yeah.
That would have been so fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
forget
such
the
a
name
cool
of
story.
that movie. It was something about Louis Riel though. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I'll look it up.
I
That's
think it's on
really
YouTube
cool.
even.
Yeah,
that
it could
movie?
very well. There's
I think
YouTube
so.
movies. Yeah, you
Yeah.
bet.
I mean, that would make sense because it's like based on just like kind of the topic. I feel like a lot of those end up being free on YouTube.
Right.
That's really cool though. Yeah, no, Donald Sutherland's really cool. Actually, now that we're done like the Disney marathon, there's just like a list of movies, most of which my mom and I have already seen, but haven't seen in a really long time. That we have, and a couple of them have Donald Sutherland in it. Like there was Pride and Prejudice, and then what was the other one? Hold on, I have the list in my notes. That's okay. I'll think of it when this is over. but yeah, so far watched Pride and Prejudice, Perks of Being a Wallflower, the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Do the Right Thing. My mom and I neither of us had seen it, by Spike Lee. It was really good. I mean, obviously, it's like a known classic.
Yeah.
But then have like other movies on there, like Gone Girl, haven't seen in a long time. The Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Gone Girls with Ben Affleck.
Yeah, and I can't say her name. Rosamund Pike. She's also in Pride and Prejudice, which is really another connection there. And then Scott Pilgrim versus the World and Perks of Being a Wallflower have like 2 actors that are in both of them. Mae Whitman, who voiced Katara in Avatar: The Last Airbender TV show, and then I forget the other guy's name, but he was also in Jennifer's Body, and he played the boyfriend in Jennifer's Body with Amanda Seyfried and Megan Fox. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on.
Really cool. Right on. Yeah.
I think she's gonna have you beat if you do a quiz with her.
I don't know if it's a quote.
I think
that
if
might
we
be
go in,
hard.
I think if we went in time, like I'm thinking of the timeline of those movies. Like I've seen those movies.
Yeah, like timeline is really the best way to go when you want to just go on a rant about
About movies, yeah, for
movies.
sure.
Or like I do the same thing, or like I have a connection. I have a fun connection for the actor David Boreanaz, who played Angel in Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show, and he was also in Bones. He was like the main guy in Bones.
Yeah.
So like the fun thing about his TV show his TV show career, first of all, they wanted to cast him as Batman, and then for some reason didn't. I don't know why, but he was going to be like the next Batman, but then they gave it to Christian Bale. He would have been good Batman, but I love Christian Bale's Batman too. But anyways, that's a different thing. But this is really interesting because so he was a vampire in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Spoilers. After I said it. But then he plays a vampire detective in his spin-off show Angel.
Right.
And then he plays a detective who was formerly in the military in Bones. And now he's in that new show where he plays like a SEAL. And so then now like he's like a part of the military in his new show. So he's like constantly like carried something over from the last show he's been in. And
What's his new show?
I think it's just called SEAL, like the SEAL team.
And he's not a vampire?
Well, no, like I said, he carries like
I get it.
There's one thing over, Joel. One thing, not everything.
One thing, not all of it.
He's not a vampire anymore, no.
Yeah.
But I mean, he could be.
Angel, the SEAL.
Could that be? Yeah, no, that's a deeper conversation that I'm not going to get into. I was going to say, like, could that be the industry doing like pigeonholing him into that
like
as
a typecasting?
Yes.
I mean, it's easier to get roles when you're, and same with in music. You know, it's easier to have a successful song if you stay in your quote unquote lane. Or you do something completely different. Like that's how a lot of people get Oscars and Grammys is if they do something drastically different. Like you get an Oscar if you like, so like, for example, like Charlize Theron was like this bombshell beauty. And then she like wore prosthetics and gained a bunch of weight and did Monster and won an Oscar. Like that's like one of many examples. And like same in music, like all of a sudden, like when artists transition from country to pop, like Taylor Swift, when she like, and she had already won best album of the year, but for a country album. And then she drastically shifted to complete pop for her album 1989, and then one album of the year again. And like that happens all the time. Shania Twain, like Dolly Parton, like they all switched and gained so much success. And so it's such an interesting thing that we have where either like you are typecast forever or you have to do something completely different to prove you have range or to prove that you're talented, because people kind of get comfortable with something you do. You're like Sandra Bullock, you know, like Sandra Bullock always did like rom-coms, and then she did like The Blind Side and where she won an Oscar, and then like Gravity and stuff like that, where she was nominated, and people were like, wow. Like, and it's like she was always amazing though, because like rom-com roles are not easy. Like I actually personally think that comedies are harder to do than dramas, because I think like comedy is born from tragedy, you know, so you have to make sure that you have to take it seriously when you're doing something comedic. And same with like Weird Al, for example, when he does parody songs, it's like that's not easy. Like I think people think, oh, you can just like make shit up and it's funny. And it's like, no, like that's not easy stuff to do. I think it's easier to write I also think it's easier to write a sad ballad, I think, or to tap into that kind of thing, at least like personally, than to like get to like just an indulgent kind of happy place, or just like we're a funny place too, like or a tongue-in-cheek. I think tongue-in-cheek is hard to do in music, I think. But it's fun when it happens.
But it would be weird if Weird Al did an actual serious song though.
Exactly. You'd be like, just stay in your lane, man. Like what are you doing? Like people would be like, what is your problem? Like just do another.
Okay, here's a pop quiz. What movie was Weird Al in?
Can you give me hints?
There's a scene with I can totally give you hints. There's a scene with a fire hose in it.
So many movies with fire hoses in it.
This is like a classic scene though. The guy who played
wait. Zoolander.
No.
Dang.
Maybe he's in there, but no, I'm thinking I don't even remember the freaking name of this movie. It was like,
how do you expect me to?
Not UHF. What is that? Like the radio wave. Something HF.
I don't know. I don't
You're
know.
gonna have to. I'm gonna find this name. You're gonna have to watch this movie.
Okay.
It's an
I'll
old
put it
one,
on the list.
but it was. I remember it. It was freaking hilarious. UHF. Yeah, that 1989 UHF.
Yeah,
You
told
gotta
you.
watch that movie.
Told
Oh,
you.
1989.
Oh, you did say that?
No.
Yeah,
H.
that movie's
Okay.
freaking funny.
I've never even heard of it. I will watch it. Thank you.
Nice. Well, what time do we got here? I think we might have to let you go.
Yeah.
4:40. Is there? Where can? Let's do this.
Like
Where
and
can
subscribe.
the viewers
Yeah.
and what did you say?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Yeah, let's get another take of that. No.
Yeah.
Where can we direct the watchers and listeners to find your music?
Awesome. Yeah, well, definitely check me out on Spotify under the name Velours, Velours. And it's all lowercase too. I think that's like, I'm the only artist named Velours. There's a couple other ones, but I'm the only one with all lowercase. And then you can also check me out on YouTube and subscribe there. And yeah, stream my music, and you can also get it on like Apple Music. Like I'm on all streaming services in all places you can get music. I'm on Bandcamp. And then you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok at Velours Artist. So VELOURS Artist. And follow me there. I make fun TikToks, and on Instagram I do, like Mark was bringing up earlier, like fun games on my stories, like guess the movie, or like I just did a ranking, a vote ranking of like what was the best Alanis Morissette single, which was really fun, and stuff like. I do fun games, and then I post about like what I'm up to as well, and like shows coming up and stuff. So if you want to keep up to date with me and like shows coming up, which I have a few, which I'm really excited about. Actually, oh my gosh,
drop some dates.
Yeah.
May 21st here in Saskatoon, I'll be opening for this Regina band called Tea Dream at the Black Cat Taverns. You should definitely come check that out. It's going to be a really cool show. And then I also, for anyone listening in Toronto, I'm going to be going to Toronto for Canadian Music Week. And I'll be performing there at their showcase, which is going to be really, really fun. And that's June 6th to 11th. I'm not sure the dates yet of when I'll be performing, but keep those wide open. And like I said, follow me at Velours with an S Artist on all social media, and and on Twitter too. Follow me on Twitter because I have like 100 followers, and I say whatever I want, and it's all been Heartstopper lately though. So if you're, you can turn off notifications though and still follow me.
I love it.
But yeah,
so you guys go out there, follow her on the platforms. Please go in the description too and check out the videos that we're going to have in there. I want to tell you that it was a real honor to have you on. I'm glad that we got to meet. I can't wait to meet you in person.
Yep.
I'm so hyped for that. Yeah.
Oh man, I want you to know that this door is always open for you. If you ever want to just come back and shoot the shit, tell us what's going on, you just hit us up. We'll make it happen.
I'll DM you guys. Thank you. Well, thank you guys so much. Honestly, I'm so, like, when you DM me, that was really, really awesome. I really like appreciate you guys asking me to come on. It was a real fun time. Like this was like such a fun just conversation. I had a great time.
An interview, right?
No, it really didn't feel like one. It was really nice because we just kind of shot the shit and talked about whatever.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. We want to get to know you. That's how we
do
it.
it. Thanks, guys, and thanks to everyone listening too. This is like, I hope you guys had as much fun as I've had on this.
I really don't want to cut it off. Like I could.
Me neither. I'm like, oh no.
But so that just means that you have to come back.
Yeah.
I absolutely will. Definitely. 100%. That'll be really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it.
I want you to stick around, but we'll just say goodbye to everybody listening. So thanks you guys for tuning in this week, and and like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And comment.
Make friends in the comments.
Please make sure, if you love this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment below.